I saved 475 euros on my electricity bills for the coming year, and it literally took me 5 minutes to do. This video will walk you through the process step by step as to how you can change your utility providers and save a bunch of money in the process, so stick around. Hey guys, I'm Josiah. On this channel, we are talking about life here in Germany. If that sort of thing is interesting and relevant to you, be sure to subscribe. And if today's video is extra helpful, leave a like behind. It really helps the channel. Now let's jump into today's video. If you live here in Germany, you often have to pay electricity bills on top of your monthly rent, sometimes even gas as well, and it can really drive up the cost of living. The good news is there are all sorts of different providers that can offer more competitive rates than the standard utility providers. And in this video, we will look at the different ways in which you can change from the standard base electricity provider to one of the other options. I often mention to friends they should change their utility providers regularly, but for some reason, a lot of people don't do it. Maybe it's because it seems more complicated than it really is. Well, it's come time for me to change my electricity provider. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the entire process and let you watch and follow along so you can do it yourself. Today, I'm going to be changing my electricity provider, but whether you're changing electricity or gas, the process is pretty much the same. There are 4 pieces of information that you need in order to make the switch. First off, something you already have, your address. The next thing is the name of your current gas or electricity provider. The third thing is a customer number, maybe account number that's associated with that provider. And lastly, your bank information. Where are they going to pull the money out for the electricity that you use? If changing gas or electricity providers is new to you, it sometimes helps to know how the system here in Germany works. So basically, wherever you go, you have access to electricity. There is always a base provider for those 2 utilities that everyone has access to. But there are all sorts of different companies that want you as a customer, and they're willing to give you all sorts of good rates, good deals, good bonuses in order to win you to their service. Just like when you drive down the streets, there's all sorts of different gas stations trying to sell you the same thing. Sometimes they'll be a little bit cheaper. Maybe they have a rewards program, that sort of thing to entice you to come buy from them. It's pretty much the same sort of concept with electricity and gas for your home. When it comes to shopping around and finding a new utility provider, I use a service through Check24. Check24 is just a large search engine which gathers all the different providers, helps line up the options, which makes it easy to choose a new one. How often should you change your utility provider? I try to change my electricity provider every year. I know that might seem like a lot, but every year when you switch, you get all the sign-up bonuses from the various companies. It really saves a lot of money and it doesn't take a lot of time to make the change. Really 5 to 10 minutes, it's not a big deal. But with all that said, let's jump in and you can see as I go through the process of changing my electricity provider. Okay, so now we're gonna jump in, scroll down, hit the link in the description below, and it's gonna take you to Check24. And so the first thing, this page is pretty simple. We're already at electricity, but you can hop over to gas, whatever you need. And so firstly, your Postleitzahl, just type that in. It's automatically going to give you the town where you live. Over here it says how many people live in your household. Maybe you've already been living in Germany, you've paid some of the yearly bills, you kind of have an overview of how much electricity you consume each year. If not, you can just click, okay, we're 3 people, and it's going to give you kind of a general amount that a 3-person household would consume. I am a 5-person household, so I use a little bit more. So that's how much I used last year. And then we can choose how long do we want the contract to go for. So I'm looking for 12 months, and then we're just gonna search. So a few things to note before we look at the results. You still have your zip code. Down here you have, you can choose either renewable energy or non-renewable energy. So here we're actually going to show, yes, only renewable energy. The usage for the space, private or business, is going to be private. And then you can also opt in, do you want to see the sign-up bonuses included in the price breakdown. So right now we're gonna select yes, and we're gonna have all bonuses included. So we're gonna include that. Okay. And the next thing, you have this section right down here. As it shows how much money you're saving each year, it has to be in comparison to something. Where I live, the base provider is Energy, but actually I don't use Energy, so I can click this and it's gonna give you all the electricity providers here in Germany. So I'm gonna select the one that I currently use, right there. And the plan that I'm on with them, I'm on the Easy. And then I'm gonna regenerate that. Now, when I scroll down and I look at something called Vattenfall, and it's gonna give me the rates, and down here in red, how much money I'm saving, it's directly comparing it to my current electricity provider. And so even if I hover over my current provider up here, it's gonna say I pay 1,631 a year, and then each month, and it gives you a breakdown of all of those costs, which is exactly what I am paying right now. And so the first one, the run right here on top, Vattenfall, these guys are even offering Sonos speaker or an iPhone for signing up with them. Like I said, they want you as a customer. They're willing to give you iPhones to sign up with them. So in case you need a new iPhone, hey, just change your electricity provider. Who knew? That's pretty crazy. I have just seen this for the first time. So as we look at this first one, the first ones on top are gonna be the advertised ones, but there's so many to choose from. But we're gonna stick with Vattenfall. I looked at them earlier, they look good to me. So the first things that we can look at is the 90% Weiterempfehlung. So they have, their current customers are recommending that other people sign up. So that's always something good to look at. It's 100% renewable energy that they're using. So it's doing good to the environment. When we look at the bonuses, so these are the bonuses that you're gonna get in that first year. This is why it's gonna be so much cheaper. A Sofort bonus that's gonna be 100 euros that you're gonna be credited to your account just for signing up. And then you have the new customer bonus, and that's 200 euros. And that's gonna come a little bit later on, sometimes even at the end of the 12 months, because you're committing to 12 months with this company. It'll be kind of tagged on at the end. So it's kind of all balanced into the cost for the year. You have breakdowns, and if you can't understand that in German, just copy and paste that into a translation service. And then we can click down here and it's gonna give you all sorts of different breakdowns. The balance cost for the entire year, it's gonna be 1,126 euros. For the first year. Obviously, the second year won't include all of those new customer and sign-up bonuses, so it will be more expensive, but you can always change and then go to a new company and just get those sign-up bonuses again and save some money. This company has a lot of good reviews, just like on Amazon. You always look and see who has good reviews, who doesn't have good reviews. So we're gonna stick with these guys, and you can go through and look at all the different price breakdowns, how much does it cost. They have a 6-week cancellation notice. You have up until 6 weeks at the end of the contract to cancel. That's what you have to keep in mind. Okay, if I want to change to a new provider, I have up until 6 weeks to the day that this contract will end. So if it's on May 1st, whatever it might be, you have up until 6 weeks before May 1st in 2022. Okay, so we're gonna select these guys. They look good to me. Maybe it takes a little bit more time. You look through the different providers. Okay, so you can change or register in a new apartment. So we're just gonna go through the process. Okay, we're gonna type in my info. Some of these things are gonna be grayed out so that it's not all over the internet. Next. So we're already 25% through. Okay. And then we're gonna type in my current electricity provider. Okay, and then we'll type in my current information. There we go. I have not yet canceled them, and so the new provider will automatically cancel it for me because they want me as a customer. They're willing to do whatever it takes. Okay, so we're just gonna sign up for as soon as possible. Go to the next thing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna enter in my bank information. Of course, this is as well going to be blocked out. Okay, and lastly, these guys give you the special Apple, iPhone, or Sonos One sign-up deal. But when you look at it, it actually changes the price when you take this, and it's kind of not worth it. So I'm not gonna take it. I think that's kind of stupid. I just want to pay the 1,126. If I took the Sonos One, it would bump me up almost 200 euros, which is the cost of the Sonos One. So I can just keep the money and keep the cash and be a happier person. And there you go. It's as simple as that. We completed the change for my electricity provider for the coming year. You thought it was going to take longer. It didn't. It is super easy to do. The next steps, I'm going to get an email. I already saw it come in, and then they're going to push all the new information to the new electricity provider, and they'll send me a few things in the mail, and it's as good as done. If you needed to switch your gas, you could do it right there. But we are finished, and I am going to save a bunch of money in the coming year. So I hope this is helpful to you. Be sure to check out that link in the description below and save yourself a bunch of money on utilities this year. If this video has been helpful, be sure to leave a like behind. And hey, we'll see you guys on the next one.